Loved ones.
The TweekEndz here.
Loved ones.
51.
Devo, how y'all doing out there? Loved ones. Tonight we're going to take a time. We got a little free time, so we just wanted to share our free time with y'all and share it back with ourselves. So here we are.
Well, first of all, we wanted to say hello to everyone. We want to welcome everybody to our channel.
Welcome, loved ones.
We appreciate all the shout outs and all the views. And, it's not a lot, but, it means a lot to us. And we just appreciate everybody touching bases with us. This is our new found family. Channel. Yeah, this is our thing, and we welcome you guys.
And thank you for welcoming us. The TweekEndz here. And tonight, we just wanted to just take a second, one second, y'all. And this is the thing. We've been bombarded with a lot of information this last week in regards to real-time world, YouTube world, social media worlds. And it's getting a little strange,
Well, not strange. It's getting more. When you start dissecting things that they don't get strange. They just get they get more real. More relevant. You're just like, damn, this is what the times that we're actually living in. These are the things that are actually going on, and there's no way around them.
Right. So we're just trying to figure out, we're the TweekEndz, and the TweekEndz here, y'all. And by that, we mean that, it's taking common sense and putting it underneath your feet. We don't want people to be tweaking out. You want to tweak, that's fine. But at some point in time, you got to be able to put something tangible under your feet that makes sense for you to move forward from where you are so that you can solve some things that maybe are holding you back. And
we understand that common sense is not common.
Right. And that's why we're going to stop the tweaking.
All that, just them different scenarios and things that people throw out. And, it's only one truth.
Right.
You can make up 20 lies about anything, but it is one truth to everything. And that's what I do appreciate about life.
Right. Or you're going to be tweaking.
Man, you're going to be tweaking.
Right. So thank you for everybody. I hope these invites are going out, So tonight we wanted to talk about crisis responders being in a crisis. And, from that title, we want to talk about how to protect your family, like protecting yourself, and not in a selfish way, but protecting yourself, and tonight, we're going to talk about crisis responders in a crisis.
Well, what brought about this is listening to a news clip earlier today.
ABC 7, Los Angeles,
California.
Shout out California.
Shout out Cali. So, this officer, this firefighter, he actually responded to a fire, and he lost his life, and that's typical when you sign up for certain jobs. We understand that, but what really interests me is that after somebody loses their life, you always get a family in somewhere, with a bitterness, just about the way it happened, I suppose, or what compensation is supposed to be
had after.
So with this particular situation, you get everything gets kind of like drug in the mud at the end, when you can't really defend yourself, So
or if you're not here to defend yourself.
The medical examiner, he actually died of what they want to call it, the cardiopulmonary arrest due to suffocation. It was a result of exhausting his compression air supply while fighting a residential fire. See, and it was also while the face mask was still in place.
Right.
His air tank ran out. You know, this is what the bottom line is. When he hit his emergency button, it took over 10 minutes for other firefighters to respond and to locate him, and you know, he was already passed away. So the autopsy also found some inflammation in his airway, suggesting that it could be a contributing factor. But a toxicology analysis showed that he had medication. They didn't say which one, but he also had controlled substances, including, oh, you know what? They said substances, including methamphetamine. So I didn't even see that right there. Yeah. So he probably had like some marijuana, you know, some.
Well, I think they would have said that.
Well, controlled substances. So whatever it was,
Right.
it's an argument about it. And the thing about it is that this all had to be drug out after his death, after his funeral, months later, and he was called to make a better judgment on somebody's property with people. You know, I'm not sure where the people was.
Were people in distress?
Yeah, where people were in distress. Exactly.
Believing that he was not in distress.
This guy,
and more than being in distress, little known. Well, no, it was known. Go ahead.
No, this guy was just under the influence of something. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
he was
enjoying
in a crisis. He was crisis of enjoy. He was tweaking.
Yeah,
real shit.
Yeah, you know, he
the
needed
toxicology report says it. We ain't making it up.
Listen, that tweak needed to be
the
ended
coroner
long
is the most
before
man.
He decided to go and protect something.
Now, in this toxicology report, and do you think the coroner was fair?
Well,
other substances. Why mention the identity? Why identify the substances as one? Because look, when we talk about crisis, methamphetamine is a crisis. They labeled a crisis so they could spend millions of dollars on it, right? Narcan, revival kits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so how does
well, you know, when you're dealing with the spitefulness of things, you know what I'm saying, in the level of the you know, why would they even release that, period? You
that's
understand
what I'm saying?
That doesn't matter, you know, that's not, you know, that's not any relevant information for the public. That's private, you know what I'm saying? So it's all to diminish his character,
right.
For some type of,
because now you in a less than normal operating
condition. Well, now you got people tweaking, talking about it like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, this guy was high. He went in there. He's a firefighter. This nigga was a salary. He was getting a salary.
How was he getting past the drug test? This wasn't something that was, you know, Well,
medication, other substances. So he wasn't worried about a drug test.
Let's talk about it. He was mixing substance. He was mixing medications and controlled substances. Showing up to work.
Or
showed up to work that day like that.
Yo, not just show, but you know what? We would have to also look into how many days he spent at work. If he's there for like 3 days and off, you know what I'm saying? Because some substances don't stay in your system that long and things like that, you know. So what would
people mastered the time?
Yeah, so
they mastered their own personal schedule. He was
obviously not worried about a drug test.
Right.
He was obviously not worried about.
Well, he's part of a tight knit community, so he might be.
He was obviously not worried about his coworkers or his boss.
He wasn't worried about anything.
No, he didn't give a fuck. He was enjoying
himself. He got
himself.
his nice salary check. Salary, right?
Salary.
With a hell of a pension. They have a hell of a pension. I think they match dollar for dollar. And there's some strange other things that go on with what they got going. So, yeah. So, you know.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? We just wanted to touch bases with y'all. You know. What's up, loved ones? And, you know, it's getting closer to being you know, outrageous season. And we want to be prepared to outlast the outrageousness without the tweaking, you know, and just bring some level-headedness to things that aren't level-headed, you know. And sometimes we make decisions when we're not in our right minds, you know. That's when we could take ownership of it or we could reject it, and you be tweaking forever.
Yeah, but no, it ain't. The tweak ends here. At this point, like
the
I'm gonna
tweak
tell,
ends here. So
listen,
hit that like button.
Man.
Hit the subscribe button so you could be notified of when the tweak is ending.
Yeah.
So you could come and face your tweaking in here.
Listen, let's just
loved one.
Let's just hold this down together. Let's just stop. You understand what I'm saying? Stop. This guy went in there high. He was obviously, going to go protect something, and I'm just disappointed that it turned out this way. And his family, at the end of the day, is fighting over not just his information being vulnerable, and his character being diminished, but, these kids and his legacy. Nobody, it's like, come on now, if you're going to get high, stay at home. Don't fucking go and fuck with nobody or go to work.
Right. If your tweaking is going, don't. The identity of tweaking is not to let it affect anybody else. So when you are what do you say, babe? A trusted official? What do you call it? A prestigious individual in the community, such as a public servant of some sort of aptitude.
Well, it boils down to trust. You understand what I'm saying? So the people who called these people out trusted them to come and defend, to save, to help, to protect their property. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
This guy ended up losing his life in the property. You know what I'm saying? And it had to be because of a lack of judgment. You understand what I'm saying?
A lapsing lack.
Listen, a high lack. You understand?
A high lack.
So just
judgment.
At this point, it's like it has me, and
perplexed and confused.
And not even Nope.
Oh yeah, we got to stop tweaking.
This is where the tweak ends.
Yeah, this is where the tweak is.
Ain't nobody perplexed or confused. We understand a few things, that people get away with things. You understand, in these prestigious positions.
Get right away.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of cover-ups that go on.
They don't even get away. They go home. And enjoy the rest.
It's a lot of things that are overlooked. And at the end of the day,
here.
They only looking at your ass. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
but they really need to be looking at themselves and the different things that they contribute to society by coming somewhere high. You understand what I'm saying? So what the fuck happened to the property? Right. You understand what I'm saying? So did this property suffer any more damages? They have to go in there and save their coworker.
It now became what is it? Firefighter down, so that complicates things.
Yeah, totally
takes away. It changes the scope of what the response is now, because now you have to take away resources for the resource.
Listen,
you got to take away the resources for the resource.
But guess what? This was a team of people, so everybody might have been high. You know what I'm saying? So
if everybody, so it would they be willing? Let's not say face. Let's stop the tweaking. It might be too late, huh? Can we say it? Can we say it on YouTube? Would the department? Can we say it? Would they be willing to undergo this pressure that this man went under, losing his life?
Well, they don't gotta go under anything but a damn and then where you send them to? You send them to get the hair follicle test. You don't want to do the P test. Screw the blood test. Let's go back 10 whole years into the hair follicle test, and let's see what the fuck's been going on in that area.
So do you think the coroner performed the hair follicle test, or do you just think it was enough in his system, readily available to trigger something in a chemical reaction
from the way
how the coroner mixes his blood cells?
From the way things, the events, the way they're described, it seems like he went in there with a lack and a lapse of judgment, and poof. You understand what I'm saying?
Lost his life.
Yeah. So So anyway,
because people lose their lives in regular judgment.
Yeah, but back. Anyway, that tweak is ended. He was high, guys. Right. Period. And he was getting away with being high at work.
Right.
And that's just the bottom line.
Oh, so can we say this? Did the family know? Because this lady is now saying that, well, first it was suing because his something failed, and then we heard. So that's the timeline how we heard it. We heard sued, lawsuit. Okay.
Well, see, it's not that. It's the fact that the money is involved. The money, when the money gets involved, they have an issue with settling. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because now this is not a check that's coming in every month. This is a settlement that they're going to have to accept, and
Right.
so that's what the thing is. And then you get the
The
state.
settlement's based off
Whoever
of
you went,
explanation.
whoever you worked for, you went and they let you get high or whatever the fuck they let you do all day. Or you committed your
What?
time, 20 years, 13 years, 14 years, whatever the fuck you did, and then they just kick your ass off to the curb. Now they arguing with your family about, something that they should have just been generous enough to settle with, since they, everybody's in this fucking loop of stealing things. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because everybody was involved. He had people he partied with.
Right.
And loved ones, this has been a great opportunity to take a look at the tragedy. Tragedy is probably the worst. I think it's a word that's kind of thrown around a little lightly, like the identity of love. When I say the identity, things have different forms. So the tragedy, this is a pure tragedy. And if it's not a pure tragedy, it's a pure originality of a tragedy. If the tragedy means that it didn't have to happen. That's what a tragedy is.
Right.
So it's just.
Well, when you sit back and you look at the things that go on now, you know what I mean? It's like the people have whatever people's that's left. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like some of us have dissolved away. Like disappeared. They have some stored.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe on another planet. I'm not sure.
Oh. No, we don't want to get too far.
Yeah, but just the way it seems now, it just seems that people have kind of like given up the fight and succumb to circumstances.
No. They're not giving up any fight. They're fighting harder. Because to stay dirty, it takes a lot. With even in living in this day and age, listen to me. It takes a lot to stay physically dirty. In this day and age, even if you're homeless, you may look a little, but you're not. You're gonna be dirty, yeah. But that extremity of dirt is like somebody who's lost their complete mind. But I'm saying that these people.
Well, when you say that, you gotta go. I see. So I think of that in a different way, because when you're looking at dirt, or you're looking for dirt, you're looking for dirt or filth. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people, and I go back to, our health. A lot of people don't go get checkups. They won't go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if the health care is available and free, and I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just saying, at some point, some women, after you have sex with 6 or 7 guys, don't you fucking think you should go get that pussy checked? Or even a guy, you got that little nasty pullback, some of these guys, and you fucking running around here sticking it everywhere. You don't fucking think that you should, So anyway, I'm just saying that people have filthy souls. You know what I'm saying? We can go beyond the all the way to the core of what dirt is. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just something that, that's put on you. It's something that's kind of like in you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. So, we could definitely take the opportunity to prevent tragedy from happening. And it's not always the easiest thing to do because there's so many stressors involved in life. And I understand that, operators and people of those natures, that sustaining that type of lifestyle when you have a family and you're committed to a work schedule that kind of over time starts to rival your time spent with your family.
And when
You start figuring out how to compensate for that.
And broke down to the simplest terms, it's the simple thing is that people, that the dope is the dope. You understand what I'm saying? It's not going on anywhere.
The dope is the dope, and it's not going anywhere.
And you got people who think that they can stand against it. You understand what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, say that again.
You got people who think that they could fight it. You understand what I'm saying? Stand against it.
You said people think they can stand against the dope.
Yeah. That the only thing you have to do is stay off the devil's territory when you're dealing with something that's that you have control of getting or reaching or doing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless it's something that's like stuck to your body, or extra arm that grew somewhere or something like that. Right. You have more control than you know. People use these things as excuses and crutches to block out the things that are actually going on. And this is why nothing gets done or nothing goes on, because people get fucking stuck in a comfortability thinking that these things are normal.
Yeah, they get stuck.
Even this to say the rappers, you know what I'm saying? So every rapper, the people say, the rappers, they drink the lean and they do whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Like everybody don't have to do that. Some people just fucking drinks a cup of coffee and they ready to spit some rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like so it's just it's about control, self-control, and when you fucking take
it in the tweak.
Listen, it's when you fucking taking something, going somewhere, then you finna fucking put out a fucking fire. You doing those things in your home, in somebody else's home. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what he was in there doing for 10 minutes before he
man. Before he, yeah. And it just seems so strange that the way that it was broadcasted, he hit his personal panic button. Now, having some little small experience and having an expertise with that experience, when you hear panic buttons from comrades, when you hear a panic button from a comrade, your mind goes berserk for no reason. Like you owe this person something ridiculous, like your life. So when I hear this report of these people saying that a first responder and the sort of crisis first responder he was manages to actuate, like beam me up, Scotty, push button, actuate, however he did it, his heartbeat how would you not hear that for 10 minutes?
And guess what? And when I hear the toxicology report, and they say something about the dope, you understand what I'm saying? It just leads me to believe that birds of a feather flock together.
I'm not going to put it past nobody.
Listen, it's just the bottom line.
This is called tragedy. This is what we're talking about, people. This is tragedy.
It's a
tragedy.
Beyond the
reasonable doubt.
Misunderstanding, you know what I'm saying? A pat on the back, you know what I'm saying? This is nothing that you can console anybody about.
And this has been our free time, y'all. We didn't want to hold y'all too long. It's been here about 20 minutes. And make sure that y'all, thank you for tweaking with us. Thank y'all for tweaking with us. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. And we getting it together, y'all. We're gonna be having a little bit more free time here soon. So
yeah, just give us have a little patience with us. Yeah. We're
you can continue to tweak with us. We're gonna get better at tweaking. So, and we're gonna get better at ending the tweak. So, thank you for joining us. Once again, we were just talking about crisis responders in a crisis. If you know anybody who needs help, there's multiple agencies out there where you can immediately be rendered assistance,
or you can just say no.
Right. Oh, there you go,
man.
And with that, we're gonna end the TweekEndz here. Sometimes you could just say no. And what was the other thing? We just want to say, don't trust the drugs.
Or the dealers.
Don't trust the drugs. What'd you say? Don't trust the drug dealer.
Man.
The TweekEndz here, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe on the way out. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, loved ones.